Hello everyone, my name is Pigsy People, and I suck at talking. Like, have you seen my videos? It's always me saying, after, yeah, it's always me humming instead of talking. Like, this is my second recording of the time, so I'm kind of frustrated that I failed at it. You know? Oh, I'm fighting animals right now, aren't I? Okay, after Deku is home. Yeah. So Deku, after his nap, he awakens to his mom telling him to get ready for school because you slept in. Because you slept in. So immediately Deku gets uh, scared, so he speed runs his clothes back on. Then he gets his uniform on, and then bolts for the. He then bolts. Bowler. Bolts? I don't know. I think he would just run to school. Actually, I could make it cooler. Deku touches the ground, makes concrete wings. Then Deku makes the wings on. I guess some rock. And then the rocks sprout knives, which then curve with wind on it. And then Deku just flies upwards. The wings were just for aerodynamicness. And then Deku gets there a minute late. But for UA, that's an hour late. Get your mother freaking booty cheeks out my freaking face. Bing bong bong. Oh, come here. Okay. So Deku's thanks, Brock. Deku punches. Okay. Then Deku says, "Sorry, I was it keeps doing that." And the Asara says, "Do better. A minute late could be deadly in a hero situation." Got it. Got it. Okay, now we're gonna get to Spiro. Oh, God darn it. There's nothing in there. Deku is planning his assignment. I think I don't like the shield in combat because it looks weird. It sure as heck it works with the blocking. And then Deku sits down and is embarrassed. Then Bakugo scoffs at him, tells him, "Wow, Deku, I can't believe you were late for the one thing you've been training for your entire life." He's like smiling, grinning, laughing at him. And then Deku just bops Mr. Then Deku bops him on the head with a tiny stone. Like he spawns a stone, flicks it on his head. Oh my god. Who's scratching up my bed? Deku is beating. Well, he is beating this, let's just say they put on a, let's say President Mike went in to say that, like, here we go, for a video, but then, All Might shows up afterwards from it. and then tells them that they're gonna do some hero training today. Because I think I didn't... I swear to God, if I covered this, I'm gonna get so frustrated. I will be ripe. I need to see this. Did I cover this part? Because if I did, I'm gonna get frustrated. Sorry, I need to check on this. I don't think I started this part, so All Might shows up. Deku, unfazed. Because, you know, number one hero doesn't mean anything. He's the symbol of peace. He should be regarded as the human he should be regarded for. Not some tank that you can just use in battle. Then Deku beats up the homies. Mm. Goofy all run. Yeah, so Deku then gets up and puts on his hero costume. Which I will say is basically his original, just with like a piece of fabric at the end of his thing, so it looks like he has a cape on. But like he doesn't. It's just on his pants. Like it looks like he has a... Whatever it looks like, it looks cool. And it's purely gray like the suits in Full Metal Alchemist. And then Deku has like some tanky gloves for his abilities. Deku after suiting up and then going into his thing. All Might pulls a raffle. And let's just say it's Deku versus... Deku and Ida versus Kirishima and Soji. I think that was the guy with the many arms. So Kirishima runs up on Deku, which Deku just parried. So, yeah, Deku just puts it at the... He actually just puts it in front of the door. And, you know, Ida's saying, well, that's not the best strategy. And Deku says, don't worry. It's gonna work. I promise you. Don't worry, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. And it's like, alright, I trust you. And Deku says, you already know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say, I'm glad I could meet a person who could trust me this quickly. Deku then, prick. That was a lot of blood from just one little poke. Deku would then, you know, then he'd get ready for battle. Then Deku's emerald starts glowing, which then isn't actually a good sign because Deku then starts getting a massive headache. But he brushes it off to be careful. He's super careful about not getting killed. Well, not his brain getting a headache. So Deku gets ready for battle. So Kirishima shows up and immediately goes into full hardened state and starts, full Star Platinum punching the guy. And then Deku starts beating. Deku starts blocking Kirishima's punches with a stone wall. Then he coats his entire hand with steel, and then punches Kirishima, which basically snaps his armor. So Kirishima's a bit confused how his armor broke that easily. So they both harden he hardens even more. By even more, I mean he just breaks uh, some of his armor off to make more armor. And Kirishima goes back at it with the Ora Ora. But then Deku catches his fist with a with a with a concrete slab. It's stuck into the concrete slab. And then Deku just says, now you get the same treatment I did. And then he pulls a finger at him in the JoJo style. Well, Jotaro style. And then just Rock smacks the out of him. So then he's out. Don't worry, Ida already took care of Soji. So yeah, so. And just, murders. And then Kirishima's knocked clean out. With boulder slabs smacked into him. So now Kirishima's out cold. Out tremendous. He got knocked the fuck out. And he says the hero team wins, but then Deku gets a serious headache afterwards, and then his eyes start bleeding. And, everyone's, like, concerned for the guy. Like, my boy just lost his entire freaking... You know what's concerning? I never actually stopped looking for abilities for this character. Okay. Where you at? Where's your bollocks at? Eat this L. Eat this other L. Just... Kobe. Kobe. Oh, wait, I can do that? Wait, 1 second, let me try this out. I'm coming for them cheeks. So Deku's eye starts bleeding. Eyes, both plural, start bleeding out. So, they... Instead of well, obviously they both say, like, you alright? Well, Ida says, you okay? And, Deku says, no, I'm fine, And then and then his eyes start gushing out way more blood than usual. Well, not usual, because, your eyes don't usually bleed. But his eyes then promptly bleed hard. Then he bleeds out. He runs out of blood. Not, like, in the sense where he dies. Like, in the sense where he passes out because of blood loss. Hideko passes out because of blood loss. Then he wakes up into a hospital bed, asking what happened, and then they said that the stone in your skull it went further into your brain, and that's why your receptors started bleeding, because your brain processed your something going into your skull. Like you do. Get your stink ass out my face. She's fish. Nah, time to die. The fuck? Out of the sky. Deku, after waking from his nap, well, not his nap, his blood loss coma, he then heads out. He goes back home. Because what else are you supposed to do when you just started bleeding? So, Deku goes home, he doesn't even care that he lost that amount of blood, he just like, does it look like I care? That's what I thought. Out of my way. Then Deku goes home, and he actually doesn't sleep in this version. He actually stays up for a long time. He decides, I'm gonna go out. Then he slaps on the fastest thing he can put on, which is a sweater and some sweats, and some boots. And then he goes out. And then he's like walking down the street. Then he meets another guy with his sweatpants, but he has red shoes instead of, black. Get the shot. Kobe. Eat that. Fuck. Good boy. It's time to die, Red Bean. Deku's definitely on the... Deku holds his ends his whole, tirade? Not tirade. Why was I saying tirade? Ends his whole, Then he speaks to the guy with the blue hair. He's like, do I know you from somewhere? It's time to do memes. Come here. Give me your cheeks. Come here. I did it. Oh, man. Fuck you. How dare you not give me the chance to do memes? Time to die. My pressure is immaculate. Come here. Deku's is, of course, beating up, Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, I got him. Deku. Kills. No, not kills. Speaks to this man like, a regular person instead of a villain. Like, you obviously know who he is. It's like Deku's speaking to this man like, hey, what's your name? Deku says, Shigaraki. This man in blue says, it's Shigaraki. And, what are you doing here late at night? Deku says, well, I'm just taking a stroll now. What are you doing? In a very calm and easy voice. Get the frick back here. Your cheeks are mine. Off here. Oh, ass. Kobe. Oh. This is funny. That was easy. Deku is playing his fiddle. I'm kidding. He's just speaking to the man with the blue hair. And it's like, well, it's nice to meet you, Shigaraki. Well, I need to go back. I need to get ready for school tomorrow, so see ya. And the two definitely part ways and say, let's hope to see you one day. Little did he know, they're gonna see each other very soon. Deku then, being the wise man he is, is the honor I word last time. Deku is busting through all the people that want to stop him. Well, he then goes to bed wondering I wonder who that was. And then he, falls into bed like, huh, well, I'm gonna nap now. So Deku goes to bed, quickly saying that he hopes school will be calm today. So the field trip happens, and, Shigaraki, Tai, Yeet, Shigaraki ends his, I look so cool. Okay, wait a second, can I enter photo mode? I can. Man, who cares? Sorry. Okay, so Deku wakes up, gets ready instantaneously, and then immediately goes to school with his flying jetpack. Deku, gets there early, actually. He's there as soon as, Ida's there, which is pretty cool. Deku ends his, just gets home, sits there and waits for the instructions. So, the instructions happen, so the teacher says, well, today we're going to, go on a field trip, so let's go. And they go to the USJ. Yay! Yeah, okay. So they go home. Well, not go home. They get to the USJ with a party of the 1A students, not knowing the life that is gonna happen after this. It gets a bit serious now. Alright, boys? A bit serious. So Deku is standing there, chilling, until they hear like a coughing of something. They turn around to see, I would say, Ojiro getting stabbed in the back. You're thinking, nah, he's gonna be alright. Then Ojiro gets his neck snapped. Like, 365 degrees. Like, it goes spin. And then Ojiro dies. Yeah, just killed a 1A student. Yeah, it's gonna be a recurring. This is gonna be a reoccurring uh, thing. So, Korogiri then appears. If you're wondering who that was, it was a random guy with a bone manipulation. Like that guy in Naruto who can pull bones out of his body. Basically the same guy, just weaker. Much weaker. And he dies. Yeah, and then the guy. Well, then Ojiro, what's pretty cool? Kurogiri being a bit mad that this guy stepped out of line just cuts him in half. Because, yeah, definitely, if he just closes a portal in front of a person going halfway through it, he could definitely cut them in half. So he then dies. Oh, no, not that one. Well, that villain dies, and then Kurogiri says, apologies, he stepped out of line. But for now, I'm gonna put you in the ground for the sake of Shigaraki. And Deku then hears that name, is like, huh? And then, Kurogiri then tries to teleport everyone away. Yeah, so everyone's doing that, but oh no, when Deku's teleported to the water area, hint hint, nudge nudge, uh, turns out, hey, why don't I use the freaking spear I own? Yeah, I just got this thing, I'm gonna use it. Eat this L. Speed. Come here. Deku ends his booty cheeks. Okay, it's alright. I said this is gonna get serious, I just said booty cheeks. Drop that. Deku, beats. Hope you know. Oh, God. Stop. Deku is beating up, well then Deku, then looks to his side to see none other than, Ojiro's dead body. Yeah, they legit took Ojiro's... Of course he wasn't gonna freaking account for the dead body. He was gonna teleport every person there, no matter what. So, they were teleported. Easily, I might add. And then we're, beaten to a pulp. I mean, well, then Deku then looks to his other side to see Kirishima. Yeah, let's say Kirishima in this universe. Yeah, it's Kirishima and Ojiro. Kirishima and Ojiro and Deku. Dead Ojiro. Very dead Ojiro. And Kirishima and Deku. So they're falling into the water, and then Deku says, "Harden." And Kirishima, of course, not being one to say, like, "No, I'm not gonna," and yeah, he wouldn't be the one to do that. So immediately, Deku just, well, Kirishima hardens. And guess what happens? None other than Deku will executing the entire water. Which, yeah, it kills all the villains. It doesn't knock them out, it kills them. Which doesn't phase Deku or uh, Kirishima for that matter, because, you know, they tried to kill them. It's right back at you, hope. So, Deku ends it, but finishes his brain. That's a pretty dumb sentence. Why did I say brain? But man, I might just have to hit myself in the head. Well, bonk bonk. So Deku, after playing his fiddle, okay, not fiddle. Why do I keep saying fiddle? That's a dumb word. Deku goes. Oh, Deku and Kirishima swim to the shore, being perfectly fine with swimming through dead bodies, because it's gonna be a daily occurrence. So they end their whole beating, and yeah, Ojiro's body just sinks to the bottom of the sea. And then we get a cool cutaway of his blood streaming into Kirishima's hair. Not actually, but like into his red tone of hair. To him resurfacing from the water. I wish I could animate that, but no, I can't. And then it turns to Deku, who's staring at Aizawa, who's getting currently pummeled. And then he stands out of the water and tells the beast to look at him. The beast, somehow feeling he needs to look at it, whatever the noise was, it looks at him and says, hmm? Yes, it hums. Then it's actually listening to Deku. Instead of Shigaraki like screaming at it, the Shigaraki is screaming at it to kill the kid, not knowing it's Deku, of course, because Deku was also wearing a mask and a hoodie at the time. And then they both start exchanging the. Oh, I know what this is. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. Hurry. Let's go, Freya. Time to run hands. Oh, what the frick? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Drop me. Gotta be more blockative on this guy. Ah. Ah. Deku is, okay, sorry, I'm sweating. I wanna beat this guy. I'm about to die. Oh. I'm dead. Revive me. Thank you. Oh, got him. Stop it. Got him. Okay, sorry, I haven't beat this guy yet. Okay. Okay, that hurt a lot. Okay, so after Deku's hobo. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was distracted, sorry. So Deku after... I'm so sorry that I had to... Deku after planning his... I think escape, not escape, but saying to the creature that you better stop attacking my teacher. I'm gonna have to kill you. With the full intention that he's definitely gonna kill this creature. Not considering it human, he's considering it a creature. So the creature gets frustrated with Deku, which no one knew it could be frustrated, so this is a shocker to them. So they do get into a tussle with the Nomu beating on Deku, but you know, it's really hard for Deku to do that, to fight back against something at the speed of sound. Not sound, but you know what I mean. It sounds like shockwaves to them, but for Deku it's just pummeling. Like I said, it's bleeding all over the place, like it's everywhere, bro. Like he starts coughing up there, there. All over the damn place. Deku probably should have fought. Deku probably should have been smart and, you know, not get killed. But Deku is died. So he's fighting the Nomu with Nomu having legit no difficulty at all. With Shigaraki smiling at this, knowing he's so gonna kill All Might. Until Bakugo shows up. Oh, look, Bakugo. That's awesome. Look at that. He's gonna show up. He's gonna save Deku. So the Nomu is sitting there, uh, saying that he's not gonna just let him. Well, the Nomu can't speak, but he'd say it if he could speak. This is why I like villains that can actually speak, so I don't have to freaking make up voice it. So I don't have to. So I don't have to just sound grunts. Grunt. I don't like that. Okay, so back to the story. Deku is ending his fight. Well, it's Baku versus him, and they're doing such a good job. They're doing like double team. They're doing wombo combos with Deku, heating up Bakugo so he can become more sweaty for him to then make more bigger explosions. He then, they both started fighting each other with like the power, the strongest item. They start beating with the power friendship until the Nomu fights back. Then it punches Deku so far away Deku barely can perceive where they are. Well, actually no, he can see them, but like barely because he's like coughing out blood. And then we look at Bakugo, who is alone, very tired, next to the Nomu, which is physically bad. And then Bakugo starts getting beaten into a pulp, like hard, I say. Like you barely could recognize this man if you saw him. And then he loses an arm, then a leg, then an arm, but still has one leg, and then gets punched to the chest, slammed on the ground by his one leg. This is a beating in 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. Yeah, it's basically just pulp. So Bakugo died, and Deku's like, then starts screaming with tears flowing down his face, and then he screams at the top of his lungs. Then he pierces the Nomu, then tearing its blood out, then shooting it far away from him. Then he draws a symbol on the ground. It's written in blood, and then it starts glowing. And then Deku and Bakugo starts flying into the air, with Bakugo's leg only being there because he's into a pulp. With the blood flying around Deku, then it forms onto Deku, and then Deku disappears. And then, uh, Deku. Then we cut to Deku's POV. Deku is standing in front of this massive door with a white room. He's not terrified. He's more happy it worked. Like, he's so happy. He's, like, got this giant grin on his face, like, let's go, it worked! And then he starts, like, instead of, like, slightly knocking, he starts bopping the door. Like, his knuckles start bleeding out the door because he keeps punching it. Until the white thing, something white, peers out of the thing with a smile on it, asking, what do you need? It's Deku saying, I lost a friend today, and I would like to revive him from the dead. And it, even if it means losing my own life, I will give it up for him. And they both say, I like how that's Atreus. That is Atreus. He's such a small being. Deku is, you know, killing. Not killing, but, Deku's, like, so cool. Picking up his, the true, this white figure says, as you wish. But instead of Deku dying, of course, because it's Deku, what if Deku, not what if Baku? And then Deku's arm, his left arm, starts disintegrating from his hand, which is terrifying. So Deku starts screaming, but the truth says, yeah, it's the truth, yeah. You already knew it's the white figure, truth, follow an alchemist. And then it says, you said anything, so I'm gonna take this limb from you. then you can have your friend back, okay? But it comes at a cost for your friend there. And then this metal suit shows up. That forms a Tobakugo with only some of his blood like written has tattoos on him. And then the truth says, well, you have your friend back. He has his memories and everything. But if you ever come here again, just know it has to be for only one reason, and one reason only. And then Deku returns to the real world, not the realm of the truth. I think that's what it's called. So the so he will never know what that is. So he knows I'm never gonna use that again. And then Bakugo then clinks on the ground, clink clink, and then it's Baku as our cyborg quote unquote, because he's purely robot, just human memories and blood. So Baku wakes up with his eyes glowing, saying, with a not a robotic tone, but like a boostering metal voice, like uh what? What happened? I thought I died. I thought I lost limbs. I thought I got punched through the heart. And then he starts clinking on himself, realizing, what, what happened to me? And then Deku says, something that needed to happen. And then Deku ties up his missing arm, and then just bolts towards Denomu. With Denomu feeling, yeah, this is gonna be much easier since the guy just lost an arm. But sadly, seeing the truth and some of the door kinda boosted Deku. So now Deku's stronger, and then just places his hand on the Nomu, and then just turns it inside out, then turns his inside on fire, then puts him back to normal, and then he starts bursting, his mouth starts bursting with flames, so the Nomu is burning alive from the inside. Which isn't good for its brain, which then its brain starts melting and then it dies. From the inside, flattening into a crisp body. Then he says to Shigaraki, you know, I didn't see that much hate in you, Shigaraki, the first time we met. But now, I don't really know. Then Deku points up a finger and saying, now you run away from this place, or you're gonna get beat to a pulp with a frustration growl. And then Shigaraki just says, good luck finding me, Midoriya. And then he teleports away. Oh my god, we can actually choose his face as a bebe? Is a bebe? 1 second. No, wait, can I actually go into settings? Nah. Deku, kills him. Well, then they both leave. Now, I have to get a photo of Deku as a trace as a bebe. Aw. Okay, sorry. After Deku's home. The bebe. Can we talk about this boy's back muscles? Yeah, we're not talking about him. Deku ending. Well, then after putting his hand down and then saying to Bakugo, get up. We're getting out of here. And Deku starts breathing heavily. And then, yes, the stone goes deeper into his skull. And his eyes start bleeding. And, instead of him passing out this time, he actually, his body actually, starts burning. Not like it actually starts catching on fire. But instead of it hurting Deku, it actually starts healing him. I knew that stone that went deeper into his skull, it actually falls out of his skull. And Deku catches it in his hand with a hmm. Guess I don't need this trophy anymore. But of course he makes a necklace out of it. And he smiles like, at least I don't have to worry about that stupid thing anymore. Yeah, so Deku has the crystal without its negative effects. Deku is smiling with happy glee. Alright, back to Odyssey. Well, man, I did like one mission to get the spear and that's it. Man. Well, I hope to see all y'all later. I will post tomorrow, because of course, it's a Saturday. Well, good day, good night, and have any experience you want, because that is your choice. Good day.